Good. Welcome back to Luther Sewell's Woven in Time by Dugan. Um, Today, I don't know if you can tell or not, we're outside. I'm outside. And has been a theme, at least in some of mine, and probably will continue to be as long as I do this, um, is the blessings I've received in my life that's been brought by other people. And I want to talk about another incident of a friend of mine who, for a short period of time, I just met. I've had the same primary care doctor since 2019. I call him Dr. O. His name's Dr. O. Pontaki, but everybody calls him Dr. O, including his employees. And we've got a real good relationship, Dr. O and I have, or I think so. And a couple of weeks ago, I went to see him. I didn't have an appointment, um, but I've learned that if I need to see Dr. O, if I show up with the help of Yessie or Sabrina or someone in the office, they'll give me in to see Dr. O, and it doesn't seem to be a big deal. And I really appreciate that, and I need to see him. I had some concerns because I was wanting to take a trip this summer, an extended trip. I wanted to get everything done, and I had some health concerns that needed specialists, and I needed some referrals and so forth that I need to from Dr. O, and he normally wants to see me if I do that, so I just showed up that day. So yes, he told me to go ahead and get started and log in, which I normally can't do by myself, and I didn't do it that day. She ended up logging me in. But while I was making my pathetic effort to log in on the computer, there was another gentleman and his wife came in, and I wasn't paying any attention to them. I could hear what was being said, and he was I don't know if I should say boisterous or not, but he kind of like me. He when he talked, you could hear him, and I heard him say, "Well, make sure everybody gets one," and I didn't know what he was talking about. Didn't bother to look up because I was struggling with trying to get logged in, which I didn't do. Yes, he finally told me, he said, "Don't worry about it, I'll log in." So that's what she did. But this gentleman and his wife, they came over and sat down near me, and somehow we struck up a conversation with he and I. And as what usually happens out here, it didn't take him long to ask me, he said, "Where are you from?" And I responded like I do most of the time. I said, "I'm a hillbilly from North Carolina." And he said, "Oh," so we started talking about hillbilly in North Carolina and so forth. And he told me, he said, "I don't listen to anything but country music." And I said, "Well, that's interesting." I write poetry, and in recent time, I've written a couple of country songs, or what sounds country to me. Anything I write, I guess, is going to be country because I'm kind of country. And so I offered to sing one to him, and he said, "Yeah, if it won't be too long or too painful." Um, so I was sitting there in the doctor's office. I sang a song to this man, my brand new friend Bill. Don't know what his last name was. Don't know what his wife's name was, but really nice people because they endured me singing a song to them. And I guess Bill made a professional out of me because I got paid for singing that song. So uh, today you're looking at a professional singer. Don't have a contract yet, but I'm waiting on that. Um, we started talking, and when I volunteered, and I'm sure I volunteered, I'm not sure exactly how it happened, but I'm sure I volunteered to sing a song for him. And I was inspired to just sing the very first song I'd written, which I wrote in June of 2020. I wrote the song one evening um, when my girls and Gwen and I don't know, I think some grandchildren were playing cards or something. And I was on the other side of the room and just, I wasn't involved in the card game. And I was just kind of relishing my girls, all of them, including Gwen, being together and enjoying each other's company. And so I was sitting over there and I had my book beside me that I'd made some notes on. And um, earlier that year, I had just written down when the wicked reign, the people mourn. And I remember I had a dream, something about two friends of mine, uh, Chris and Nate. One lives in Dallas, Georgia, or near Dallas, Georgia, and the other one lives in San Antonio, Texas. Now, I met them both when we were living in or around Dallas, Georgia. And in the dream, both of them told me if I'd write it, they'd get it out there. And I remember having a discussion trying to get them to explain it, and they just would repeat that phrase in a different way several times. And I woke up and I didn't think about the dream so much, but I wrote down when the people reign, when the wicked reign, the people mourn. And I remember writing that down and I'm thinking, that's a scripture somewhere. And it is should have prepared for this, but it's in Psalms 29:2 or 2:29. I don't remember which. But it's in Psalms. It says that when the righteous reign, the people rejoice, and when the wicked reign, the people um, mourn. And that's paraphrasing. It's not a quote. But I wrote that down. I thought, well, that's a scripture. So I'd had that written down in my book for a while. And that night, when the girls were playing cards or whatever they were all doing over at Julie's table, I was sitting way across the room. It's a big L-shaped room in Julie's house, and I was sitting in the very far corner um, from the house. I mean, in the house, and I started singing. And then I thought I was singing a song. It was a Merle Haggard song, and I thought I can sing every note on that song. I can reach every note. I need to write because I had friends for years have encouraged me. Multiple friends have encouraged me to write songs, and I just never heard music. But I thought to myself, I can write a song using basically this tune, and and I think I can accomplish that. Um, the two biggest influences on me writing songs, I don't have any touch with. I think I'm almost sure one of them is deceased, and the other one I don't know how to get in touch with her. Um, but I wish I could just to let her know, just share the song with me or with her. Um, but I know or I'm pretty sure that one of them's deceased because he had terminal cancer the last time I heard from him. So, but anyway, I started writing a song. Well, in just a few minutes, I'd written a verse of that song, and then I shared it with. I remember I shared it with Gwen and Marcy, and I don't know who else. Jill, were you there the night I shared it? The first night. But anyway, I shared it with them, and I remember Marcy saying, "You wrote that?" And I said, "Yeah." And I got up the next morning about 5 o'clock, and I went out on the patio in Julie's backyard, and I wrote the second verse. And so I shared that with him. I didn't share the story with the man, but I just shared. I asked him if he wanted me to sing a song. He said, "Yeah, I like to hear it. We got time." So I'm going to share the song with you and then tell you what happened afterwards. I haven't sang any today, so I hope it's as good as it was the day I sang it to him in the doctor's office. And by the way, some of the staff in the doctor's office came out and looked and smiled real big at me as I was singing the song to Bill and his wife. Nobody complained, though, I promise. Um, but the title of the song, a friend of mine, be a friend of ours that I met through my daughter, Jill or Olivia. Uh, I didn't have a title to it because I don't entitle anything I write, I guess. And Louis is the one that came up with this title, and I think it's a very good title. It's called Seeking Guidance. So I'd like to share this with you now. Through the scripts, no, let's do this again. Through the centuries, our scriptures have told us when the wicked doth reign, the people mourn. With their lies, they will gladly mislead us and tell us that their way is right. So I'm seeking guidance from the Spirit to help me in the things that I do. I'm seeking guidance from the Spirit, and my prayers always help me get through. Discerning the truth is not easy when we're trying to do it alone. But with the help of our Father in heaven, He will lead us all safely back home. So I'm seeking guidance from Jesus to help me in the things that I do. I'm seeking guidance from Jesus, and my prayers always help me get through. And when I finished that song,
That was good, Dad.
thank you. I think I feel like I started a little bit too low, um, but when I finished, the lady, she said, "That was beautiful." And then my new friend Bill, he said, "That's deserving of this." And he handed me this. He's a wood carver, which I didn't know, and he had given one of these to all the staff members when he came in the office. And if you can't tell, it's a picture of a quail. But what I find interesting too, the
Base of it.
the base of it is I don't know if you can tell, but it's in the shape of the state of Arizona. And this is African zebra wood.
Yeah.
That what he carved it in. But he paid me that, so I'm a professional singer now. I've been paid for singing, so I'm trying to get in some singers guild or something and get paid, a little better next time. I don't know. But that's my experience, and I felt I really felt like the whole meeting of me and Bill and going to the office, because it was not an appointment. I'd been to another doctor, and I was trying to get cleared up where I could, have all my concerns addressed before I put it in concrete that I was going to take an extended trip this summer. And I just felt like that I was kind of guided to meet Bill and to sing that song. And then I remember too, a few minutes, it wasn't a matter of fact, it's probably a matter of seconds when I finished, they called them back in. And I don't know if it's his wife or him, maybe both of them had an appointment with Dr. O, because when Gwen was living, we would meet with him, both of us would have an appointment. But as we got up, this lady, she hadn't made me feel good enough when she told me the song was beautiful. She even told me, and you don't have to agree, but she told me, she said, "And you have a beautiful voice." I'm not sure anybody had ever told me that before, but I appreciated it. Um, but again, the influence I had and the blessings I received from meeting someone that was a total stranger in the beginning, but I feel like I have a friendship no longer, no matter how short that friendship was, that I was blessed from having that interaction from that man. And I think we can all do that if we just look for those opportunities. and pray even, and set a goal each morning when you get up that there won't be conflict or there won't be strife in your life. And I think if you'll do that, and I try to do that every morning, I think if you'll do that, life's a lot smoother, and I think it gives you more courage and a better strategy to avoid conflict and confusing in your life. And that's all the preaching I'll do today. So thank you. Let me know what you think, and get back with me. And thank you very much, and be pretty.